All right, e-bikers, it's time to do a some range testing on the Ariel out of Kepler. For this one, I'm going to do a throttle only range test with a lot of hills. So we'll have to see how it does. I live in Connecticut. It's pretty much a hilly area here. So I'm going to go up some long hills and on throttle only and see how far we can get. My guess is about 30 miles. So we'll have to put that to the test. I'm still tweaking this e-bike. You can see I put a little triangle bag on under the frame there. I moved the lock down to the bottom brackets there. Got some new pedals on there. And you've probably seen, if you've seen my rack video, you can go take a look at that. I was trying to streamline this thing. And I think after a month or so, I'm gonna take this off. And I'm gonna go without a brake light back there. I bought a little kind of USB lights I'm gonna put underneath the seat here in its stead, and see how I like that look. I think I might I might like that look better. It's gonna look even more streamlined because the Kepler without the rack does look pretty hot, pretty sexy. So I'll do that in the next couple of days. I'll put it in this video. But yeah, let's do a throttle only test. I need to clear out the trip data here. So let's go do that before we get started. All right, so let's reset the trip data. You gotta turn the bike on. As soon as you do that, you see the opening screen. You gotta push plus and minus at the same time to get into that area. So you gotta do this quick. Here we go. Clear data. I'm gonna hit the power key again, hit trip distance, and then use the plus to go up and power button to hit yes. And there we go. Go back and exit out of the system. Boom, done. Now we're at trip distance 0 miles. This keeps the trip distance after each trip, even if you do it on the second day. So we'll track from here. Throttle only. Lots of hills here in Connecticut. Let's go. All right, finished day one at 30% left. We did 21.2 miles on this trip. That's over an hour of riding time. Max speed I hit was 35. That's going downhill, I think. Average speed was 19.3, so almost 20 miles an hour average speed. So that's where we are on day one of the Kepler testing. Okay, Kepler riders, let's turn this bike on for the day two. Finish this ride out. All right, so we're at 40%. Yesterday I came back, it said 30, so gained a little bit overnight. We'll see how far that goes. My goal is to get 20 miles. So I need, what is that? I need 8.8 miles. Yeah, 8.8 miles is my goal today, to get 30 miles total on throttle only. So let's hit it. That 40% is pretty misleading because it's already down to 31%, and I went 0.5 miles so far. So when I got back yesterday, it said 30%. That's a more that's a better reflection of where the battery is at. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm calling it at 27.5 miles. The last 2 miles or so, the bike is just kind of limping along. After 15%, top speed was around 20 on the throttle. And then once it got to like 11%, I really felt it drop down to like no more than 15. And so that's it. We're gonna call it at 27.5 miles, throttle only, real world hilly range test. So up and down hills, some flats, but even the flats are like inclines or slight declines, if you will. Total time, an hour, 25 minutes. Max speed, 35. Average speed, 19. And there you go. We have 311 miles on the bike now, as you can see there. So, yeah, really limped along the last couple of miles. Yeah, For the last half mile, I just pedaled it back. That seemed to help it a little bit. It just sounded like it was really dying there on me. So I'm gonna go plug it in, and that's what to expect, guys. So yeah, if you weigh more than me, just keep in mind you're gonna get less mileage. So I'm 175 pounds, and that's what I got. All right, as promised, I took the seat post rack off and cleaned up that bike on the back end there. Took off the brake light. Cleaned up the suspension seat post. I put some neoprene on here just to cover up that connect suspension seat post. Just Velcroed on there. And then in place of a brake light, I'm just using this Rock Bros little rear activated sensor back here. And that's what we'll go with for now. Here's what the light is. It's a Q3 Samurai from Rock Bros. It's got auto sensing. It's IP waterproof rated. What's that? IP6. Long battery life, USB charging, quick mount, optical lampshade, light sensing, and ultra bright it says. So there it is on the back of the Kepler. Nice little red eye there.